This is US Africa Television Class Magazine special interview with a man of wisdom, a man who has seen so many parts of life, whose knowledge encompasses the history of various communities and contacts at different levels of the society. He is the author of several books, a mentor to many, a grandfather, and a source of inspiration and pride to generations. It is my privilege to welcome my great uncle, Mazi Emmanuel Amugo Shima Orji. Dede, we're delighted to have you today.
Thank you very much.
We want to start with your giving us a brief biographical sketch of yourself so that we'll get properly introduced to our folks out there.
Thank you. My name is Emmanuel Amugo Shima Orji. I was born on the 9th of November on an Eke market day, 9th of November 1929, at a place called Orji. Orji is situated in the Owerri North local government area of Imo State. I was educated in St. Thomas School, Kano, Government Middle School, Owerri, St. Patrick's College, Ikoransa, Calabar, the Nigerian College of Arts, Science and Technology, Ibadan, and the University of Ife, then at Ibadan. I was the first town clerk of Owerri, the first secretary of the Owerri Town Planning Authority, treasurer of the Owerri Urban District Council, 3 positions I held at the same time without abusing any. I was also a district officer and retired as the Imo State Chief of Protocol in 1984. And in 1985, I was appointed Local Government Service Commissioner in Imo State. Because of an incident that happened, whereby I was unjustly relieved of my office, for which I went to court and won a case against the Imo State government, I decided to join the apostolate of the pen to write about current affairs in Nigeria and induce Nigerians to stand for their rights, something they generally do not do, particularly the Igbo race.
In terms of some of your books, would you give us the titles of some of your works?
My first work was Owerri in the 20th Century, in which I wrote about how the British came to Owerri and settled and opened the Owerri district and later on the Owerri province, which encompassed the present Imo, Abia, part of Ebonyi State, the Rivers, and Bayelsa states. Fortunate.
Tell us about Owerri. You were there at the beginning of the planning of Owerri.
Yes.
We have seen some names like Wetherall and other foreign names.
Yes.
Who were those?
Well, let me start by correcting the person whose name you have called. The name is not Wetherall. The name is Wetherell. Mr. HFP Wetherell was an administrative officer in charge of the old Owerri division. He was a district officer. In fact, he functioned in Owerri during the Second World War. And it was he that masterminded the planning, the initial planning of Owerri as an administrative metropolis. It was he that converted Owerri from a rural village into a modern town. That was in the 1940s.
So the spelling of the name is done wrong.
It's done wrong, and I have spent time correcting it. I even took the trouble of going to the National Archives to get his handing over note that he signed as the DO, that's the District Officer of Udi Division in present Enugu State.
So Owerri was under Udi?
No, Owerri was not under Udi.
Owerri was part of...
Owerri was the headquarters of Owerri Division and Owerri Province.
I see.
Yes. But Owerri was under Eastern Nigeria with headquarters in Enugu. Owerri was one of the divisions.
What constituted Owerri? What major towns consider Owerri the division?
Owerri division, as at today.
No, as at
that time.
Yes, sir.
Was made up of what today is Owerri North, Owerri West, Owerri Municipal, the various local governments in the Orlu area, the local governments in the Mbise area, the local governments in Ohaji, in Mbitoli, Ikeduru, Ngobala. These were the areas of Owerri division in those days. And Owerri province was made up of what today is Imo, Abia, part of Ebonyi. That is the Afibo area. Then Abia minus Arochukwu, which was then in Enyong division of Calabar province, the Rivers and Bayelsa.
Talking about Arochukwu, you're one of the distinguished sons of Aro.
Yes.
And the family house in Orji is Orji Mauru Court.
Yes.
Would you relate the relationship between your residence in Orji and the Arochukwu heritage?
Yes. My ancestors came into the Owerri area about 1750.
1750?
Yes. And I happen to be, by primogeniture, the head of the Orji community. My ancestors first arrived in Naze.
You're currently the head
of the Orji community. Yes, by primogeniture.
And today is June the 6th.
Yes.
2016.
Yes.
Go ahead, sir.
The Aru first arrived, two brothers arrived in Naze. One stayed back at Naze The other went into Orji. And the one that stopped at Mazi sent one of his children to go to Owerri and found a settlement in Owerri town. So the people of the Aro at Mazi, Owerri and Orji are the same people. They come from a village in Arochukwu called Atani. And Atani is the 19th village of Arochukwu.
So who tell me the names of those two brothers?
You had Ikengo coming to Orji, and another son of Okike came into Mazi, and one of his children went into Owerri. They founded these three settlements at a time when the Aro were engaged in slave dealings. But the Aro in Owerri, in the Owerri area, were very friendly with the Owerri people and did not take them into slavery at all. They went outside the Owerri area to look for the trade that was in vogue at that time.
In terms of the Mazi, who are the key families in Mazi?
Well, the key families in Mazi are the Nzerem and Igwe. They are the key families in Aro Mazi. In fact, Nzerem was a very, very important. James Nzerem was the first senator of Owerri.
To what house?
The earliest, when the first parliamentary representative government was inaugurated in Nigeria, he was a pioneer senator, J.K. Nzerem. He was an educationist, very brilliant man he was. He was a supervisor of schools for the Catholic Church, the Catholic Mission.
In terms of the Owerri, the larger Owerri community, are there prominent members of that heritage?
Yes. Up till today, they are still there.
It's as a matter of artistic and creative importance. It's necessary to mention that one of your younger brothers, Dan Orji, excelled
in music. Yes, he did.